Hey there, this is Drew Kaplan, and before we head into Shabbat, I just want to share a few things because I have been getting a lot of questions about Rosh Hashanah. Now, as you may know, Rosh Hashanah is just 1 week away from, that's right, tonight. So we have next weekend, Rosh Hashanah, and whether you're celebrating one day, whether you're celebrating 2 days of Rosh Hashanah, it's in a week from today. Now, I mentioned, been getting a lot of questions. So let me talk about just a few things. The first of which a lot of people have been asking about is services. Now, services are not going to be in person this year. As you may know, in the broader world, services are not something that are taking place. In fact, here in the city of Cincinnati, none of the conservative synagogues and none of the Reformed temples will be holding in-person services. They will all be having live streaming services, or in some cases they might do pre-recorded services to broadcast for the members. Now, I'm working on piping in some of, and it goes without saying, we will not be having any services here in the building either, especially not only what's going on in the world beyond us, but also with the current lockdown in the building itself due to safety and health concerns. So we will not be holding in-person services, and as I mentioned, I'm working to pipe in on channel 1851 live services from Cincinnati. And if for whatever reason we're not able to do any that are in town, I am also working as on a contingency to get them piped in from wherever around, hopefully the country or even the world, for Rosh Hashanah. Now, that having been said, if that's for channel 1851. I know some of you want to be connected with your local synagogues. All of the local synagogues, as I mentioned, will be doing streaming of one sort or another. Many of them will be doing Zoom. Some of them will be offering other Zooming options on their own websites. Now, if you need any help in this coming week, I'm happy to work with you. Please reach out to me. I'm in my office, but also you can ask someone, you can email me at dkaplan@cardon.us, but also call me, ask the front desk how to get in touch with me, and I can happy to help you either on your tablet if you have an iPad, a computer. I'm happy to help you, whatever it is, to try to get that set up in this coming week. Not finally, I shouldn't say that. So that's services. Now you may be asking, what about shofar? How do you hear shofar? Now, it's funny when we talk about shofar, this one of the traditional practices is not to blast shofar on Shabbat. So there are no planned shofar blasting on the first day of Rosh Hashanah here in the building, but the second day, that's right, Sunday, that's September the 19th, there's no planned blasting of the shofar, but Sunday, September 20th, there is. So we will be doing, Cantor Katsu will be inside the building to blast shofar for residents. I will have more details to come. And I believe Chabad from across the street, the Jewish Discovery Center, will be around. They won't be allowed into the building, but they will be allowed to walk around the building and blast shofar. So there are two options for hearing shofar, and probably in addition to that, as I mentioned before, on the streaming options, those likely will also contain some shofar blasting. Now, one final thing, which I'm sure is the most exciting part, is food. Now, one thing I'm very excited to be passing out next week, closer to Shabbat and Rosh Hashanah, are little honey, these little 2-ounce honey packages. They are right here from the state of Ohio. A lovely Jewish lady put these together, and I also have apples in the building, so I'll be passing out apples and honey. I've also ordered from Mark's Bagels little round challahs, some raisin, some not raisin, and I'm very excited to be passing those out. And I'm not saying that Rosh Hashanah foods will be limited to those. I'm hoping to maybe even, we'll see how things transpire, but there might be some other goodies coming along the way. I want to keep a little bit of a secret, a little bit of a surprise. I'll share with that as we get closer to Rosh Hashanah. Now, finally, in addition to all these food goodies, one thing that has been shared with me is that the kitchen, even for the non-kosher side, plans on not serving any pork products. So I know that's been a cause of concern around the building, and I have been told that even for the non-kosher, the kosher kitchen obviously won't be serving pork, that's for sure. But even the non-kosher side for next weekend, in an honor and respect of Rosh Hashanah, no pork products have been planned to be served for Rosh Hashanah. So I hope that's been helpful. I would imagine that you may still have questions for me, and feel free to either call the front desk and try to reach me, and I'm happy to help you in your preparations for Rosh Hashanah. And I just want to wish you, before we go into Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom.